Hey everyone, welcome to my channel again. So this time in this video we're going to talk about hidden fish and what hidden fishing is, how to get lures and casting techniques in order to ensure that you get hidden fish most of the time. Sort of like what I just said, whenever you use lures you really have no guarantee that you'll get a hidden fish. And according to the stats in the game, you should get hidden fish 50% of the time whenever you're using a lure. But many times I'm not really getting 50% successful catch rate. But we'll go ahead and dive into that, and we'll log and track how many hidden fish that we get based on where we're throwing our line. So first up, how do you get lures? So the guild box is one place you can get lures, and what that is basically whenever you all work together to open the box. So as you can see in the guild, so right here we have guild box level 10, which means my guild already brought it up to the maximum level, and then we're able to open it. So you all basically get 1 week to level up this box, and depending on what level it is will determine what items that you get. And everyone gets 5 chances per day to try to attempt to catch the fish. So going back, as you can see here, I have 5 fishing attempts and we have 13 hours left in the day, and then we have 37 hours remaining before we can no longer attempt to level up the guild box, and we would just get whatever level that it's at. So going to the difficulty, at the beginner difficulty you'll get 1 point every time you catch the fish. Intermediate you'll get 2 points, and at advanced you'll get 3 points. So as you can see here, guild box level 2, it gets a little bit better, but once you get to guild box 4 and up, that's when you'll start seeing the hidden fish lures. So if you get all the way up to level 10, you'll get 20 lures. So that's why it's pretty important to get in a guild that's pretty high level so that everyone can participate in opening the guild box. The second way of getting lures includes crafting. So that's every time you're able to catch a fish, what you're doing is you're selecting that crafting option. So you have, the sell option, you have craft, you have add, and then you have donate to guild. So those are the 4 options that you get, and every time you push crafting, you'll get either a hidden fish lure, which is kind of rare sometimes, so it could be pretty hard to get it, so you're not guaranteed that you'll get a hidden fish lure every time you craft a fish. What you do have a higher probability of is getting a lure that allows you to catch that specific fish. For example, so from this place, from the Marina Trench, I was able to get the Pacific Spiny Lumpsucker lure, Rockfish lure, Belted Bonito. So these are the fishes that you'll catch. So if they're similar, a level 1 star or 2 star, you'll always get that 1 or 2 star fish, which would be, the Lumpsucker is a level 1, Rockfish is going to be that level 2. Sometimes when you do craft, you will be successful and you'll get a hidden fish lure out of it. Crafting is still pretty good because those lures that you're able to target these fish with, you're able to use these in tournaments, and tournaments is also something that I'll do a video on why it's important to participate in tournaments and why you should collect as much of target fish lures as possible. Another way to get lures, and this is the last way to get them, that's going to be those surprise gifts. So whenever you go into your mailbox, you'll get a little bubble saying that you have an item, and once you go in, that's when you'll see any surprise gifts that you get from Come To Us. And those are randomly generated. Some weeks, you'll get a lot of hidden fish lures, and other weeks you really wouldn't get a lot. But the secret to really getting a lot of hidden fish lures is just really playing the game. It's really important to remember that this is a game that's like a marathon. It's not really of a sprint. So I've been playing on and off for about 2.5 years, and that's the time that it took me to level 100. But definitely, if you guys want to level up a lot faster, I can do a video about how to level up quickly as well. But one of the other things whenever you're catching hidden fish is fish bank management. So when you first start off, your fish tank, it's not really going to have a lot of rooms. So what you want to do is utilize your cash so that you can start maxing out these slots. And then once you max out the slot, you'll be able to have, more room for fish. After a certain point, you'll have to use cash to increase the size. But then that's when it'll be good to, move on to the next fish tank and unlock the other fish tanks. So for example, I used all the upgrades that I could using gold, and then I went around on the back end, and as I started getting cash, I used it to, get these additional slots. So it's always, push and play with that. You want to make sure that your tanks are almost filled, but not filled all the way, just in case you catch a boss fish. Since those are pretty random, you want to always have room, for those random fish that you may catch. And you also want to, build more gold and generate more gold in the game. So you want to find a good balance. And always remember that, fish that are able to get you those cash, they do take a while to mature. So for example, I've been waiting on this one for a while, and I still have 3 days left. So you always want to have that in consideration too. Whenever you're catching hidden fish, you want to also take in consideration that these fishes can be stronger than the boss for that specific state. And each spot you will have different hidden fish that you can catch. For example, if you go into the fish list, and I'm over here, you see the hidden fish on the bottom. So for this specific level, those are the 3 types of hidden fish that I'm able to catch. And we'll also do another video about the fish book and why it's important to do to catch all the other fish. So once again, talking about how the hidden fish is stronger than the boss, you want to make sure that you have your strongest line. So as you can see, I have a whole bunch of different lines that all have different line tensions and also lengths. For example, the diamond line is going to be 0.71 tension, which is going to be the damage. It's like a damage booster that you're doing on the fish. So I would actually do more damage using this diamond line as opposed to the diamond 1.5 lines. So that can actually make a pretty good difference. And once you're able to be in a guild and you start opening up the guild treasure chests, that's when you can get the special edition line, which will have a lot more line tension, but the length is a little bit shorter as well. So if you see, the line tension on this one's 2.1, and on the other one it's 0.71. So this one's a lot stronger. However, I'm able to deal enough damage where I don't need the special edition line. Another thing that you should use is boosters, of course. So anything damage related, I would definitely utilize those boosters and equip them. That way you can ensure that you're able to catch that fish on the first try. Other things is use the experience boosters, because these fish that are hidden, they produce a lot of experience. So the more boosters you have on there, the higher the chance that you're able to level up faster and quicker. And you also, of course, want to have pearl boosters as well. I always try to have pearl booster on no matter what, but I know for a lot of you guys at the lower level, that's not really feasible. But once again, you should always use as many damage boosters as you can when you're trying to catch hidden fish. Drops that you'll get from hidden fish includes rods and reels, as well as lures, fishing lines, and cash. Alright guys, so this video has been taking a little bit longer than I expected, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it short, but there's going to be a part 2 in the description below, and from there I'm going to show you the casting techniques, and we're also going to log each catch. That way you can really see the numbers on how successful my method is. So I'll go ahead and see you over there on part 2.